Okay, so this is a review of Lesson 1. It's the homework sheet that I sent home today that if you did not finish in class, I was going to help you kind of set this up, and I'm not going to give you the answers to it because I want you to multiply, and I might even give you some to try on your own, but just to kind of help you out a little bit for you to better understand the process. So we made paper strips to mark, like when we did those orange slips that had halves, thirds, fourths, and fifths. So it wants you to use that to mark 0 and 1 above the number line. Well, we know 0 is right here because we always start at the left, and we know 1 is going to be down here. So really, if you look at the directions, it says 0 over 3, 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3. So we're dealing with the unit fraction of 1/3. Okay, so I'm going to label my number line. It's going to be a little off, so sorry about that. And this will be 3/3 because we know 3/3 is equal to 1 whole. All right, so because our denominator is 3, we are going to follow the directions. It says draw 2 vertical lines to break each rectangle into thirds. Shade the left third of each. Partition with horizontal lines to show equivalent fractions. Okay, and then it says use multiplication to show the change in units. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use 2 vertical lines to break this rectangle into thirds. Mine are not going to be exact, but it'll be close. Okay, I'm not a perfectionist, and I hope that you aren't either. Just do your best. My lines aren't straight, as you can see as well. All right, so now all of my boxes have been broken into thirds. All right, and we need to show 1/3. Okay, so I'm going to shade 1/3 of this box on all of them. Okay, and there's a reason for that. Okay, so that one's shaded. This one is going to be shaded in just a second. Because once again, that 1/3 is our unit fraction. Okay. Okay, so now I have 1/3 shaded on all of my rectangles. And as you can see down here, it has 1/3 equals 1/3 times 2 equals 2/6. So they've started multiplying by 2. And we've talked about the reason why they start with 2 is because if you multiply 1/3 times 1, and what you do to the top you have to do to the bottom, you're going to get the same fraction, 1/3. We don't want that. We want an equivalent fraction. So we're going to start with multiplying by 2, and it gives us 2/6. So I have to somehow create 6 boxes, or 6 units. And that's going to show us that 2/6 is equivalent to 1/3. Now, it says partition with horizontal lines. Okay, well, horizontal means lines that go side to side. Vertical are lines that go up and down. All right, so I'm just going to go straight through the middle. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 boxes, and 2 are shaded. So now you can see that 2/6 is equal to 1/3. Okay, so I'm going to continue the pattern. So I'm going to start with 1/3, and I'm going to multiply now by 3. Okay, I'm just going up the number line. Okay, so I've got 1 times 3 we know is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So now I'm going to have to break this up with horizontal lines to show 9. So I'm going to go do 2 lines because 1 line gives me 6. That means another line, if I broke it up, is going to give me 9. And if I want to check it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now 3/9 is also equal to what? 1/3. Okay. Now here we go here for this one. I guess I'm giving you the answers for number 1. So I've got 1/3 equals 1/3, and I'm multiplying it by 4. Once again, just going up the number line. Okay, so now 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So 4/12. Okay, well, If 2 horizontal lines give me 9, then that means 3 horizontal lines are going to give me 12. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add 3 horizontal lines. And as you can see, I have 12 units. 4 of them are shaded, but it's still equal to 1/3. Okay, so these are equivalent to 1/3. And the last one, got 1/3 equals 1/3, and we're going to multiply this by 5. So 1 times 5 and 3 times 5. What we do to the top, we have to do to the bottom. Okay, so 5 times 1 is 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so if 3 horizontal lines give me 12, I'm going to assume that 4 horizontal lines, is going to give me 15. So I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 3 is 15, so that works. So now, as you can see, 5/15 is shaded, and it's equivalent to 1/3. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you. All right, so now I'm going to show you, well, if I can get it to slide, and I can't. So now I'm going to show you number 2. Okay, and I want you to do, I'm going to leave part of this blank, so I'm going to not give you the answers, but I'm going to show you how to set it up. Okay, and then I want you to do 2, 3, and 4 by yourself, and then you can turn that in tomorrow. So this one says the same thing, but you're going to write 0 and 1. So here's 0, and then over here is 1, and we're going to break this up into fourths, and I know that because I see a 4 as the denominator. So I've got 1/4, so 1/4. I've got 2/4, so 2/4. 3/4, and then obviously that was way off, but just go with it. And this one is 4/4, and we know 4/4 equals the whole number of 1. So I'm going to break my boxes up into 4, my rectangles up into 4 units. So that's going to cause me to do 3 vertical lines. And now I have 4 units. And I'm going to do that on all of them. Oh, my pen. I don't know what's happening. Okay, sure. We're going to go with that. And then we're going to do this one. For some reason, it's got a little lag, so just forgive me. Okay. Let's see. How do I see if I can get this to? And I can't. Set zoom. Okay, there we go. All right. So now, what I need to do is I need to shade 1/4 of it. Whoops, 1/4 of the rectangle. So this would be 1/4. This would be 1/4. This would be 1/4, and this would be 1/4. Okay. So now I'm going to start with my fraction, my unit fraction, which is 1/4, and I'm going to start by multiplying 1/4 by 2. Why am I not using 1? Because 1 times anything is itself. So I'm going to start by 2, multiplying by 2, and I'm going to continue that pattern. So I want you to multiply those together to get your fraction. And then I want you to make this using horizontal lines and do the correct number. Okay? So then this one would be 1/4. We're going to multiply this by 3. It's going to give me a fraction. And all these fractions are going to be equivalent to 1/4. Okay, same thing here. 1 over 4 is going to be equal to 1 times 4 over 4 times 4. That's going to give me a fraction. And then the last one, 1 over 4, is going to be equal to, and we're going to multiply by 5. 1 times 5 over 4 times 5. So I've set the problems up for you. For numbers 1, I gave you the answer. For number 2, I've set them up. And I want you to solve and give me the correct equivalent fraction. And then I want you to use horizontal lines. And remember, horizontal lines go side to side. To break up your boxes, each one, to match the equivalent fraction. And I want you to do the same thing for number 3 and number 4. Okay. This worksheet is due tomorrow, so I really hope this kind of helps you set up your other problems. Just follow the number pattern. Okay, and if you have any questions, you can bring those tomorrow and let me know. All right. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Okay.